The young, impressionable Raul Rosas Jr. was quoted, I think it was earlier today, but recently, um, and he spoke about what he wants to do. He basically mapped out his road ahead. And there was a number of stuff that stood out. One of which was that he aims to retire by 25. I mean, which is doable, absolutely doable considering how young he is. And he also talked about, fighting Umar Nurmagomedov in a title fight. Just basically all the things he wants to do down the road. And this is not hatred towards him. This is not, anything like that, because it's inspiring, really. Having the success that he's had and reaching the heights that he has reached so young, at such a young age. I mean, the same stuff, not the same exact stuff, but the same type of stuff John Jones was doing when he was young, becoming one of the youngest champions ever. But yeah, you know, I want to take this time to really talk to you and tell you guys about what I think about Raul Rosas Jr. I'm trying to fucking remember his name because all you can really remember is his face. But again, respect to him, not because a lot of people are going in on his face, and I don't want to do that, man. Everybody is their own different, beautiful human. We all have different looks, all that type of shit. But yeah, I always thought that Raul was he's just too young for the game. That's what I really thought, It's inspiring, yes, but when you're going up against these older guys that got more experience, and especially at, again, such a young age, it just wasn't looking good. And then he fought Christian Rodriguez, and that was last year. And that was a real moment. And even before the fight, I called it. I said Christian was gonna beat him, because I felt like that was the real world, real man moment where it's like, all right, I'm up in the big leagues now, and it's time to get experience. And I felt like that was really the moment for him, and it's only gonna repel him and make him better, of course. But it was a moment, and maybe, who knows, maybe it's Raul Rosas's George St. Pierre moment, where you take that really tough loss and it transforms you. That could be what that whole experience meant to him, because he's fighting again, and he's fighting a can. Let's all be honest, he's fighting a can this weekend, and he will win. He will, of course, win, because he's better than this guy. I forgot his name already, but he is a can. And, that's another W. He's going to be in the win column once again, and we'll see how far he can go. That being said, looking at him again, I still feel he's a bit young for the game, for the fight game, and on top of things, he's got great grappling. I'd like to see him improve on striking. I feel like he'll definitely probably TKO this guy, this can that he's fighting. But when you're going up against the Umar Nurmagomedovs, the Corey Sandhagens of the bantamweight division, the top of the top, I don't know if Rosas can really deliver. And I don't know if I've seen anything from him that tells me he can deliver. Because he's smart, and smart can take you a long fucking way. And it's taken him a long way, Smart gets you those early submissions. Smart gets you them early TKOs. And he's smart. He is a smart fighter. Do not get me wrong. But there's more that you got to have, especially if you want that belt. Especially if you want that UFC belt. It's going to take more than smarts. It's going to take courage. It's going to take heart. It's going to take a whole bunch of stuff to get to that level and even get further into the UFC Hall of Fame. But it's still a fun topic. And if he were to retire at 25, that'd be fucking amazing. That would be so cool. I think, that would make for a UFC story that would be talked about for fucking centuries. Because that is undone, and that is, I mean, you obviously can't retire at 25, especially due to injury, but like retiring as a great at 25, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nothing from Raul Rosas really has got me like eye bulging and going over the top about him. But again, he's young. That's the one thing that's so great about him. He's young. He's got so much room and time to improve, God willing. And he's got that potential. Not saying he doesn't have that potential either. I'm just saying it's really important for him, who's coaching him, everyone around him, to not rush the process, to not throw him into the fire, to not book him a fight against a Peter Yan or a Davison Figueiredo, not even a Jose Aldo, you know? Because these guys are legends and they're going to toy with him. I'll tell you guys straight up, they're going to toy with him. So it's best if he takes his time. It's best if he really works on honing his skills and not climb the ladder too quick. It's great that they gave him a can this weekend, and he should really just steamroll through him and continue to prove his point and his budding greatness and see just how far that Raul Rosas train can go. Because Christian Rodriguez sure put a dent in it, but there's again, lots of room to improve and lots of time to wash over that loss. And, you know, maybe even call out Christian Rodriguez. He may not even be in the rankings, and you could still call him out to further prove just how great you are, that loss was a fluke, and that, you know, you are so far above where you were at that point, you know? So a lot of time for him to improve, a lot of time for him to be great. Right now, I'm not really buying a lot of it, and if he was to go up against a name, a bantamweight, you know, higher, you know, a bantamweight popular name in bantamweight, like a Corey Sandhagen, like a Davison Figueiredo, I feel like names like those, fighters like those, like Corey Sandhagen, Davison Figueiredo, Peter Yan, will eat this guy's lunch. But yeah, I mean, you know, it could be obvious to you and me that the UFC will probably give him these cans for a while and not have him rush. And I really, really, really do hope this guy doesn't rush. But let me know what the fuck you guys think about Raul Rosas, and let me know what you think about his fight too. I've got a first round. Fuck the TKO thing. I'll go first round submission. I'll say first round submission on the can. I'll go wild for this one. I'll probably put money on it too. But let me know what the fuck you guys think. Let me fucking know.